Temperatures climbed into the 80s here in downtown San Francisco today. We're having a heat wave at 24 Willie Mays Plaza, the home of the Giants. Game 1 of the series, the Giants and the Cardinals. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow. Dwayne Kuiper will be along in the middle innings as Dave Fleming is on assignment, and Amy G is here as well. The Giants were expected to go with Madison Bumgarner and starting with a 6-man rotation in this homestand. Bumgarner can't go. He's got flu-like symptoms, and a 7th starter will fill in for him. Matt Cain, certainly he's no stranger to this starting rotation, but it is a night that would favor the hitters you would expect.
Well, it's very warm here at AT&T Park, and that means you're going to get a lot of carry, and that means from foul line to foul line. The team that has the most home runs in this series would definitely be the St. Louis Cardinals. They've got 7 of their guys with double-digit home run totals in their statistics coming into tonight's ball game. So for Cain, it's simply keep the ball in the ballpark. For the Giants, you keep an eye on 2 guys offensively who've really heated up, and that would be their keystone combination, Brandon Crawford, Joe Panik. They're both swinging the bat well. They need to score some more runs. This last road trip was not very good with runners in scoring position. 4 for 33 in the 3-gamer against San Diego, so they need to improve upon that.
All right, so the Giants and the Cardinals, game 1 of a 4-game series here. Stay tuned, and we'll be taking you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update right after this.
Giants are back home. That is good news. The road was not kind to them. Game 1 of a 4-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Unusually warm in San Francisco, California today. Hyundai Sportsnet Central, Dave Feldman, Sean Estes. The late-breaking news, a late scratch for Madison Bumgarner. He's out with flu-like symptoms. Matt Cain will get the start. First of all, Sean, Madison was pitching so well since he came back off the DL.
Yeah, always disappointing we don't get to see Madison Bumgarner take the mound every 5th day, but I have a feeling he'll recover from this, Feldy, and we'll get to see him plenty in the month of September.
So Madison is out. Matt Cain is in. You said you were never called in at the last minute to pitch, but at times you were sick and someone else had to fill in for you. What's it going to be like for Matt Cain?
Well, this is his comfort zone. He's made 329 starts as a Giant in his career, so he feels much more comfortable taking the mound to start the game, I'm sure, than he does coming in the game. His last one was actually pretty rough when he came in the game, gave up 8 runs in 2/3 of an inning in Arizona. But as a Giant fan, this guy's meant a lot to this organization. We don't know how many more times we're going to get to see him pitch in a Giant uniform. So appreciate the times that you do see Matt Cain pitch. He's meant a lot. 3 championships. Been a big part of this organization for a long time. So I'm glad he's getting the opportunity tonight to make a start.
Yeah, there's no question. There's some nostalgia, right? When Matt Cain is out there this year, earlier we celebrated the 5-year anniversary of his perfect game. And Matt Cain, with more starts than anybody in that rotation, and he'll get another one today. When we come back, it's first pitch time, and then Sean and I will see you after the game. Enjoy Giants baseball.
Park getting ready to see their Giants in the final day of August. Hard to believe. It's gone pretty fast. Giants returning home after yet another rough road trip, but they've got a 4-game set against the Cardinals that they kick off tonight. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and tonight's starting pitcher for the Cardinals will be Michael Wacha. You'll probably remember him if you're a true Giants fan. And Wacha, well, we think he's got a few moments here at AT&T Park that he'd like to forget, like the 2014 NLCS Game 5. He came in relief, immediately put 2 guys on, and then faced Travis Ishikawa. Now, if you don't remember what happened, that's okay. We won't keep you in suspense. It's our winning moment. It's brought to you by Twin Pine Casino, and John Miller has the call.
Scratch. Here it comes. Swing, and there's a drive deep into right field, way back there. Goodbye! A home run for the game and for the pennant. The Giants have won the pennant, and Travis Ishikawa is being clobbered by his teammates as he comes down the third
After the
base
game,
line,
catch even more
and
action
he
from
is
slots to
robbed of
table
home
games
plate.
at Twin Pine Casino and Hotel. It's located 15 miles north of Calistoga. Visit casino today, and Travis Ishikawa's home run, well, it clinched the pennant for the Giants and sent them to their 3rd World Series in 5 years. It was a great moment. All right, Madison Bumgarner has been scratched. Matt Cain gets the start. John and Mike have the call. Lineups and first pitch all coming your way.
Degrees right now here at the corner of 3rd and King, as the Giants and Cardinals are ready to begin the series.
All right, time now for the key ingredients of the game, brought to you by Round Table Pizza and the Luau Pork Maui Zowie Pizza, topped with shredded Kahlua style pork, bacon and ham, juicy pineapple, and their famous sweet cheese combination. Order one now only at Round Table, the last honest pizza. Number 1, the matchup between Matt Cain and Yadier Molina. That's one we'll watch closely. Molina, lifetime hitting 448. Matt Carpenter hit 500. We'll watch that one too. And Crawford, Brandon Crawford against Michael Wacha, 6 for 8, 3 doubles and a triple. That's Simonich. And money hit time. The road trip was not very productive in regards to the money hit. The Giants went 4 for 33. They need to improve upon it. Those are our Round Table key ingredients.
Well, let's take a look now at the visiting St. Louis Cardinals batting order. It will be Matt Carpenter leading off at 3rd base. Tommy Pham in left field. Tommy DeJong at shortstop. Dexter Fowler, who won a World Series ring with the Cubs last year, hitting cleanup in center. Yadier Molina, the catcher. It'll be Jose Martinez, first base. Colton Wong at 2nd. Randall Grichuk in right field. And Michael Wacha, the pitcher, bats 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the right-handed veteran Matt Cain, 6'3", 230-pounder. He's 32 years of age, and he's 3-10 with 5.75 ERA. For Cain, you're going to see a fastball that's right a little shy of 90 on average. He'll give you a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and really will throw anything at any time. He needs corner command. Lifetime against these Cardinals, 2-6. On a night built for offense. Very warm conditions here at AT&T. The ball will carry to all fields.
Matt Carpenter, and that's ball 1. We are underway. Carpenter, the veteran, and he has saved most of the best hitting of his career for the Giants. That one a high strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carpenter, for instance, against Matt Cain, a cool 500, 9 for 18 with a couple of home runs. Carpenter has 18 home runs this year, 63 batted in, a 378 on base. In there again, strike 2 call. He's got 18 homers. The man on deck, Tommy Pham, has 19, and the man hitting 3rd, DeJong, has 20. Those are the 3 leading home run hitters for the Cardinals. That is a base hit.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively tonight, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Parker, Span, and Pence. Good arms on the corners. Crawford, Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Panic and Jones on the right side. Buster Posey's back in the lineup. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Tommy Pham now. This was a guy, he's out of Las Vegas. Still lives there in the offseason. He was a 16th round draft choice. A lot of years in the minor leagues. And he finally got here, and he's played well, and never better than he's playing right now. He hit 2 home runs yesterday in Milwaukee. 307 average for the year, 19 homers. Got a 919 OPS. And he runs well. Pablo's going to have to hurry. In the dirt, scooped out by Ryder Jones rather nicely to get the out with Carpenter going to 2nd.
Boy, that is a nice play. I didn't think that Pablo Sandoval really had much of a chance. In kind of an awkward position, didn't get a whole lot on the throw. And as John pointed out, Pham is a very quick runner. Kind of a changeup over there, and then the short hop and a high backhander, about knee high. Good dig out by Ryder Jones.
And that's so big for an infielder to know when you're in a hurry, just get the ball over there, and that the first baseman's going to be able to handle it from there.
Definitely give him confidence, no question.
So here is Paul DeJong. DeJong takes a curveball for a strike.
Pablo Sandoval's playing back too. I mean, he's not thinking to swing and bunt.
Runner at second, 1 out. DeYoung, 20 home runs this year. The curveball is off the inside. He's only 24 years old, out of Illinois State. And he is a guy that, because of injury, got a shot, and he has really made good on that opportunity. He's got a .555 slugging percentage, .295 batting average. Curveball a little bit too high. He's only had 308 at bats. He's basically played for about half a year. He's had 79 games played. He's got 20 home runs. That's pretty good in 79 games.
That's big time productivity. This guy didn't spend a whole lot of time in the minor leagues. They defined his talent early.
Back to the screen. 2-2.
If you take a look at the plate umpire, you might think he's the tallest guy in the field, and he is. Jordan Baker, 6'8". Tom Woodring at first base, Bruce Dreckman at second, crew chief Mike Everett over third base tonight. For a tall guy, you'd think he'd have a high strike zone. He doesn't. He likes the low strike. Pretty narrow, though. Not big corners on Jordan Baker's strike zone.
That ball had some cut to it, but a little bit high. Just as you're talking about, he's more liable to give you that low one. He does not give him the high one. 3-2. DeYoung had 2 strikes on him. Pretty brave to take that one. 3-2. Carpenter at second. There's a pop-up. Side of ball. Does he have room? Yes. Out number 2.
That's a nice win for Matt Cain. It was kind of a hang and break a ball in the hands inside corner. But any pitch that gets it out, it's a great pitch. There's the hang. So DeYoung popping up the gift. And a nice high backhander by Sandoval.
And he's shown a lot of power. The one thing DeYoung has not done this year is take many walks. Only a .327 on base average. So here now Dexter Fowler, the veteran. He homered in the first inning of Game 7 of the World Series. How many guys get to say that, have that on their resume? And he has not done well against Matt Cain overall. And they've seen each other a lot. Crawford plays him almost right up the middle. Ooh. And I don't know, he's tall, 6 feet 4 inches tall, and Jordan Baker, I guess, thought that was below the knees.
You know, I mean, all the old tall umpires, Lee Wire, John McSherry, they were high ball umpires. They were tall guys. They liked the ball high. But Jordan Baker, I mean, he's a guy that will give the low strike, although he didn't give the last one. That last one could have been called a strike.
2-0.
But you don't see many 6 foot 8 inch umpires.
Yadier Molina is on deck. Carpenter led off the inning with a single. He's at second with 2 down now. Well, he got the low one there.
You'll see a lot of those. Jordan Baker definitely the center on the umpire's basketball team.
I've never seen them play. Have you? I hear that they get a lot of calls, though, from the refs. In the hands and a foul. 2-2 now. Dexter Fowler, who was drafted by the Colorado Rockies all the way back in 2004. He's been around for a while. And he pulls it foul.
Fowler is one of those guys that I think he gets a little better every year. He's a good player.
He has worked for 2 or 3 off seasons with Barry Bonds. And I think he's had some pretty good results with working with Barry. 2-2. Now full count. That one had a lot of movement on it, running right out of the strike zone.
Just change the grip on the fastball, and you get a little two-seam movement that runs away from left-handed hitters. I mean, this is a big pitch because the guy on deck's got great lifetime numbers against Kane, Yadier Molina.
Struck him out. One hit, one left. Giants coming up now. Nothing. Order is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Span leads off center field. Panic at second. Pablo at third. Buster Posey, the catcher, missing the last 3 games with a left thumb bone bruise. Crawford at short. Pence in right. Parker in left hitting 7th. Jones at first, and Kane, the pitcher, bats 9th.
On the hill tonight for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Michael Wacha, the 6'5", 215-pound right-hander, in his 4th year at the big league level. Wacha, 26 years of age. This is what he has done at 24 starts, 9-7, with a 4.33 ERA, 124 strikeouts against 43 walks. When you take your bats against him, you're going to see a healthy fastball that'll go mid to high 90s. Curveball, slider, changeup, the basic 4 pitches you see from a starting pitcher. And he will throw all of them at you in any count. He can strike you out with all of them. From a high 3/4 release, big time tilt on the curveball.
At the knees for a strike to Denard Span.
As advertised, 95 miles per hour just to introduce himself. Wacha 1-0 lifetime in 5 starts against the Giants.
Went to the second baseman, Colton Wong. 1 away.
Time for our AAA round tripper. Get insurance that works at every mile. AAA more than just insurance. Joe Panik in San Diego Monday, a 2-run homer off Phil Maton. It was a big one. And then on Tuesday, he hit a solo shot off Kirby Yates. Oh yeah, that one felt good. And that's a AAA round tripper 2.
And a high strike there to Joe Panik. 272, 335 on base average, with 9 home runs now. Curveball from Wacha, 1-1.
Well, with the break of that curveball, you can just see the acute angle on it, and that's because of the high 3/4 release that he has with his delivery.
That'll go back out of play.
Cardinals defensively are going to set it up this way tonight. Tommy Pham, Dexter Fowler, Ramon Grichuk. That's your outfield, the best arm in right field with Grichuk. It's a good one. DeYoung and Carpenter on the left side of the infield. Wong and Martinez on the right side. And the Gold Glover veteran, Yadier Molina, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
1-2. Michael Wacha played baseball at Texas A&M University and helped get his team into the College World Series, the finals in Omaha. That's off the outside. He won the victory against the 6th-ranked Florida State team in the Super Regional to get them there. But his only start in Omaha was against Cal, and the Golden Bears beat him.
On you Bears. Here's our ball dude tonight, Joe Martino, the old left-hander. And on the third base side is Jill Gamina. Jill, mother of 6.
She looks happy to be there.
She's got 10 grandchildren. Nice going, Jill. Joe, he's got 6 children, 14 grandchildren. He's 84 years of age.
Over the screen into the crowd. Hanging tough is Joe Panik against Wacha. And a pop-up. Colton Wong wants it. The second baseman. 2 down. And here comes Pablo Sandoval. Pablo is overall hitting 220, 229 as a Giant, but he's a switch hitter, and for the Giants, he's hit 286 batting left-handed. That's a foul out of play.
Coming right at him with 98. Walker's fastball can be straight. Does not have the movement on the fastball that Kane has.
Martinez to Walker, and the Giants go down very quietly. Nobody able to get the ball out of the infield against Walker. Yadier Molina coming up in the second. This year in the National League, that is the catchers getting guys trying to steal. The Cardinals are number 1, 36.1. Of course, Yadier Molina is the guy who is usually the catcher, and for the Giants, number 2, 35.2%. And of course, Buster Posey is usually the catcher. So the Reds are at number 3, the Dodgers 4th, and the Marlins 5th.
Yeah, those two guys right there, considered to be the two best catchers in the National League. A lot of respect from each other, as you can imagine. A lot of competition too.
So Molina leads off. Takes a strike from Kane. It's Toyota's Labor Day clearance event. Hurry in and make no payments for 90 days. Visit your local dealer to test drive today. Toyota, let's go places. Back out of play. Yadier, it's hard to believe as often as he still catches, he's 35 years old now. And then when you think about how long he's been around, it seems like he's only 35. It's hard to remember somebody catching other than Yadier Molina. Here's a foul deep down the left field line. Yadier Molina has established himself, has helped the Cardinals win World Series, and he is probably the greatest catcher in the history of a long-standing franchise.
Ooh, good pitch. Kane dropping down, just giving Yadier Molina a different look with the release of that fastball, and he nailed that outside corner. Ooh. Needs to get that breaking ball down. Take a look at the National League Gold Glove catchers the last 10 seasons. We started off with Russell Martin. Then Yadier Molina wins 8 in a row, and Buster Posey, he broke that string in 2016.
Almost hit him. 2-2.
He tried to drop down with that breaking ball. If you're going to drop down with one pitch, you have to drop down with all of them. Simply because every time you drop down, if you're only doing it with one pitch, they'll know what's coming. So you got to throw all your pitches from the high sidearm.
Pence in shallow right, and Molina is retired. Now let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to change gears here for a minute and take a moment to say that our hearts and our thoughts are with all of those who have been affected by the devastation of Hurricane Harvey. Major League Baseball jumped in to help. They are donating $1 million between all the teams in baseball, and you at home, you can help. You can visit youcaring.com/MLB supports, and donations help the American Red Cross. The Giants announcing today that in addition to helping MLB baseball raise $1 million, donate $1 million, they have done an additional $25,000 on their own as an organization. Every single bit helps. No donation is too small. John.
Thank you, Amy. Jose Martinez. And Jordan Baker says strike 2. You mentioned how the tallest guy in the house is the umpire, which is unusual, especially when the Cardinals have a guy who's 6 feet 7 inches tall, who's batting right now, Jose Martinez. That's a base hit. Hit it hard. So one out, one on. The second hit for the Cardinals.
Pretty nice approach to right field. A guy's 6'7". You know, one thing that he's going to have is long arms. Very rare exceptions. There aren't too many Rubio Durazos walking around, and he wasn't 6'7", but he was a big guy with short arms. But they're going to be able to hit the low pitch, and they're going to be able to hit the low pitch away. That was an impressive swing of the bat. Looked to me like he was thinking right field.
Colton Wong in the dirt, ball one. Colton Wong has been one of the Cardinals' hottest hitters lately. Wong, who was born in Hilo, Hawaii, and went to Kamehameha High School and then to the University of Hawaii, and he was a first-round draft choice by the Cardinals back in 2011. And he's not a big guy, 5 feet 9 inches tall, but he can hit like a big guy. He's got a lot of power. Pence on the run. He's got it. Martinez was halfway to second. He's got to go back. 2 down. Couple of hard hit balls there for the Cardinals. 1 a hit, 1 an out. 2 down.
Gotta be careful going down and in to Colton Wong. He drops the head on that down and in pitch well. And that ball was roasted.
Randall Grichuk, he's got some power, but only a .237 batting average. Oh, 1. Grichuk signed out of high school. He was a 24th round draft choice, and you had a lot of guys in this Cardinal starting lineup who were low round draft choices. The only #1 draft choice in the whole starting lineup is Colton Wong. The rest of them much further down in the draft. That is a souvenir and a happy man.
Hey, foul balls make you happy.
I saw a thing on HBO about a guy who goes to every ballpark every year for what, the last 25 years, and he always gets a ball every game, and that's his whole point for being there. He got thousands of them. It was kind of a weird profile. The runner going, that ball is hit way back into left center field, way back, and gone. And the Cardinals lead 2-0. So Randall Grichuk with his 18th home run of the year, and you mentioned that could be a night for the power hitters. The ball will carry, and that one certainly carried.
Now he gets a breaking ball. You can see the curveball just has a big time hang right out at the middle of the plate at the belt. And Grichuk did not miss the mistake. And here you get an idea of just how live this ballpark is. I mean, that was a big one.
Now Michael Wacha, Ryder Jones got him unassisted. The Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. Buster Posey coming up. Big Park, September 17, 1968. Gaylord Perry, that was the final out of a no-hitter, the second no-hitter in San Francisco Giants history. Then the next day, Ray Washburn on the mound and Willie McCovey at the plate, and that was it. He got McCovey, and Ray Washburn also pitched a no-hitter the very next afternoon at Candlestick. Consecutive no-hitters, one by the Giants, one by the Cardinals. Jeep Play is powered by the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass, awarded the most capable compact SUV ever. Get behind the wheel and explore one today.
Candlestick Park, just 6.2 miles away. It still is odd when you drive up. Giants got in the airport last night right around midnight. You're driving up 101 back into the city, you look out there at Candlestick Point, there's no stadium there. It's just still odd to
know.
me.
What did they do with it? Where did it go?
I know. Just a foghorn and a few seats. That's all we have left.
I have a couple of seats.
Me too. I love it. There's the foghorn.
Buster Posey. The Giants would like to set off the foghorn, which sounds for every home run. It's supposed to sound for the fog, but here it sounds for a Giants home run. Buster, he played for several days with a bone bruise on his left thumb. Finally sat out the 3 games in San Diego. And it's not like it's 100% all healed up, but enough for him to play. 2-0 the count. 96-mile-an-hour fastball there from Waka.
Well, it's a great night to pitch. If you're talking about getting loose and being able to get a lather up and a good feel of the baseball.
It's softly. And DeYoung throws him out. 1 away.
Well, let's take a look at who's hot. Brought to you by Papa Murphy's. Fresh made, fresh baked, love at 425 degrees. Well, Brandon Crawford would be that man. Last 12 games hitting a cool 400. 16 for 40, 3 big fives, 5 doubles. And he raised his season average from 225 to 242. That is Papa Murphy's hot.
Those are the numbers for the last 12 games for Brandon Crawford. And a called strike. 2-0. The Cardinals lead. We're in the last of the second inning. Crawford has had 6 hits in 8 career at bats against Michael Waka. 3 doubles and a triple included. That is a fair ball. And it goes into the corner. The carom played by Grichuk. A stand-up double for Crawford.
Stay hot. Not only is he hot, but he's got good lifetime numbers against Waka. You know, when you're hot, I mean, this ball stays inside the foul line. When you're not, it's a strike. You foul it. But really a nice job of staying inside the inside pitch, keeping it fair. And Martinez, not even his 6'7" long-armed reach, a match for that line drive. Nice at bat.
So now Pence to try and knock him in. Crawford heading for third as DeYoung throws out Hunter Pence. 2 down.
Giants baseball is brought to you by Toyota. It's Toyota's Labor Day clearance event. Hurry in and make no payments for 90 days. Visit your local dealer to test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
The panoramic view on a very warm night here in the city. And Jarrett Parker will come up. He's been hurting for a hit lately. He'd been hot there for a while. He's got a runner at third he'd like to pick up. The Giants trailing 2-0. And he was showing bone with everybody backed up on the infield. Ball 1.
Well, Matt Carpenter does not have a very strong arm at third base. I mean, he's not a guy, if he plays back, he's not a guy that can make up for playing back, coming in on a ball with his arm strength. But having said that, a guy like Parker, who's got good power, bunting with 2 out and man on third base, I'm not altogether that sure I think that's a good play. In fact, I give that play 2% credibility.
Back to the screen. 1-2.
You can hit the ball at the ballpark, swing it.
Especially you're the possible tying run here with 2 down. You have to be a really good bunter if you're going to bunt with 2 down, because you have to beat it out or the run doesn't score. The inning's just over if you don't beat it out. Martinez with the dive. Waka covering. Just got him. So Crawford is stranded. It's 2-0 St. Louis. On to the third we go. Our Audi control play. Visit a Bay Area Audi dealer today and get behind the wheel of the Audi model you've always wanted. Look at this play last night by Brandon Crawford. Now there's guys who try to take you out in a double play. Usually not on that play though. Your own guy doesn't try to take you out, but Crawford navigated it well, and Kelby Tomlinson did a real fine job of trying to turn himself into a tiny little ball at the feet of Brandon Crawford so as not to hinder him too much, and the play was made.
Trying to turn himself into the rosin bag, it looked like. What a remarkable display of quick feet and great agility, and still get something on the throw.
On to the count to Matt Carpenter, who singled his first time leading off the first inning. Dodgers lost today to Arizona. How about this? The Dodgers have lost 5 in a row. The D-backs swept them. The D-backs have won 7 in a row.
Well, that sweep will raise a few eyebrows in the National League West. I mean, it's a given the Dodgers are going to win this division, but when you start talking about the next level, there's a good chance that they might see the D-backs in the playoffs. So the significance of the sweep is huge.
Well, today was Zach Greinke, the former Dodger, got his 16th win, and Kenta Maeda, who got routed in that one. Maeda went 3 innings, gave up 7 runs and 8 hits. Giants have 3 infielders playing to the right side of second. Pablo is over at shortstop. Nobody at third for Matt Carpenter. 2-2. Carpenter continues to wear out Matt Cain. That first inning single, his 10th hit in 19 lifetime at bats against him.
You know, it's amazing. You look at Carpenter's statistics. He's only hit 243, but he's got 18 home runs. His on-base percentage is .378 coming into tonight's ball game. He's got 88 walks.
Hence, even though he's not a fast guy, he's the leadoff man for the Cardinals, and occasionally some instant offense with the power at the top of the order. Left center field, Span, out number 1.
All right, time now for the Ask BBB trivia question of the game, sponsored by your local Better Business Bureau. The question: the Giants and the Cardinals have met the NLCS 4 times. Name the MVP of each of the series. BBB, Better Business Bureau. We shed light on businesses so you know who to trust, whether you're looking to hire a contractor or just get a giant new TV installed for your next game. Make the right call. Find a business you can trust at askbbb.org.
That one snapped in there for a strike to Tommy Pham. So 4 times in the league championship series they've met. Base hit. 4th hit for the Cardinals. Pham is the Cardinals' leading base stealer.
September is now Fan Appreciation Month, celebrating the best fans of baseball all month long. Sponsor prizes, ballpark experiences, autographed items, and round-trip Alaska airline vouchers will be given away at every Giants home game. Come out to the yard to experience the fun and have a chance to win prizes. Can't make it to the yard? Go to sfgiants.com/fan appreciation to register to be eligible for prizes.
So here's Paul DeJong, the Cardinals' home run leader for the year. Fouled out to third his first time. And back to the bag at first is Tommy Pham. Pham has 17 stolen bases and has been caught trying to steal 6 times. Strike 1 to DeJong. Dexter Fowler out on deck. So 2014, the Giants beat the Cardinals in the league championship series. Who was the MVP of that one?
Well, we can't say. there are no hints allowed.
I definitely can't say. Was it Travis Ishikawa? I guess not, since the votes had already been turned in by the time he hit the pennant-winning home run.
He had the most memorable swing of the bat.
Well, if that was a category. One of the most memorable swings of the bat in Giants history. No swing, says Tom Woodring, first base umpire on the appeal. 2-1 to DeYoung. Cardinals ahead 2-0 on the Randall Grichuk 2-run homer in the second. We're in the third inning now. Two and two. Matt Cain just pitched on Sunday in a game that the Giants were trailing. He came in to pitch the 8th inning, and he did not finish that inning, and he ended up throwing 35 pitches in that game. So he's had 3 days of rest before being named the emergency starter here tonight in place of Madison Bumgarner. There's Denard Span. Tagging up Pham, challenging the arm, and he makes it. Now that was a lot of speed right there.
Well, it's good instinct too. I mean, he realized that there was going to be enough depth on that fly ball, which would allow him time to get back to first and then take on Denard Span. And Span has an average arm at best. The Cardinals are going to try and take advantage of it whenever they can, and Pham just did.
So now Dexter Fowler with a runner at second in scoring position. Giants not going to appeal at first that he left too soon. And the second base umpire makes the call. Bruce Dreckman ruling that he did not leave the base too soon. Fowler struck out to end the first inning. 2-0. The Cardinals lead the Giants. That ball is hit well. Deep left center. And Span runs it down. There were 3 long outs in this inning. 2-0 Cardinals. Ryder Jones will be coming up. The third, and now here's our Ford Smart Choice.
Talk about a rainbow, a big slow curveball, and Ford goes back to the garage. What a pitch. Ground ball to Robbie Thompson, to Uribe, to Clark.
And that was game 4 of the 1987 National League Championship Series. And Mike Krukow was on the mound. Complete game. The Giants won it 4-2 to tie that series at 2-2. Candlestick Park, 57,997 on hand for that one. Ford Smart Choice is brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Ford F-Series pickups, the official trucks of Madison Bumgarner. And Vince Scully on NBC television had the call on that one. Javier Molina, and that's all for Ryder Jones. One away here in the third.
Well, it's been a great rivalry, and I think I don't know of a better rivalry that's not in the same division. The Cardinals Giants have never been in the same division, except when they were all just part of the National League. But it's just such a great rivalry. Mike Matheny, skipper of the Cardinals, I mean, he's played for both franchises. And you pointed out in our conversation before the game today that these Cardinals and the Giants have been playing longer against each other than the Giants and the Dodgers.
two old-time historic franchises going back into the 19th century. Matt Cain with an 0-2 count now against Michael Wacha. For most of that history, there were no divisions. You just had the National League and the American League, and everybody played only the teams in their own league and played them all the same number of times. And that's all for Matt Cain. 2 down.
All right, we're going to ask and answer the BBB trivia question of tonight. The question is, the Giants and Cardinals have met in the NLCS 4 times. Name the MVP of each series. Our survey said Jeffrey Leonard in 1987, Benito Santiago in 2002, Marco Scutaro in 2012, and Madison Bumgarner in 2014.
Jeffrey Leonard. Now, it is not often that a guy from a team that lost the league championship series ends up being named the MVP of that series. But Jeffrey Leonard, he was so good, hit so many home runs in that series that he got the award.
He was unbelievable.
Two down, nobody on. Denard Span grounded out to second his first time. Changed that changeup. Dwayne Kuiper over in the radio booth with Darren Chan. And he'll be coming down the hall to join you, Mike, for the middle innings. Hope you guys are able to work together all right.
Well, we're going to try.
I think you'll get used to him quickly.
Not making any promises.
0-2. That bounced well in front of home plate.
Well, I mean, that's what you got to block. It's a 2-strike count. A guy swings at it. I mean, if he gets by it, it's a free base. But those are just not easy. Guy's throwing 94. He throws a scud at you. Watch where it hits him. Right in the boiler. Perfect technique.
The inning is over. Dwayne Kuiper coming over for the 4th inning. 2-0 St. Louis lead.
NBC Bay Area responds, or Telemundo Cuarenta Ocho Responde. In just 1 year, they've recovered more than $1 million. For Bay Area consumers, call 1-888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/responds. Whether in English or Spanish, they respond to every call, every email. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. It is Cardinals 2, Giants nothing. And here to tell you all about it, my pal, Dwayne Kuiper.
Well, there isn't a whole lot to tell, but I give Matt Cain credit. Probably didn't know in advance by too much that he was going to start.
No, it was originally going to be Madison Bumgarner, but flu symptoms has kept him out of the start. But Cain can handle anything.
And he's going to handle Yadier Molina. But you know what? I'm sitting over on the radio side. He hung a few too many. One finally left the park.
Yeah, that was a mistake to location. That's one he wishes he had back. And these Cardinal hitters, they'll make you pay.
High to Molina.
And when you start talking about what can Cain handle, well, he can handle most anything. Most career starts in Giants history, 6th most.
So that one almost took Cain's hat off. It's a leadoff single for Molina. By the way, Molina and Carpenter are the 2 guys that have ownage on Cain.
Christy Mathewson, Juan Marichal, Carl Hubble, Mickey Wilch, Amos Ruiz, Matt Cain, Hal Schumacher, Freddie Fitzsimmons, Gaylord Perry, Kirk Reeder in the top 10 list. That is very cool.
277 stars. I think we saw all of them.
I think we did.
Here's Martinez, and he fouled it out of play. Martinez hit a ball to right field for a base hit in the 2nd.
6-7. I mean, there's a lot of tall hitters that are making some noise this year with the long ball.
Look at that, the size of the umpire and size of the hitter.
Well, for Martinez, he's 6'7". Not many times he's looking up to an umpire.
That's true.
Jordan Baker, the umpire, 6'8".
And a bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
We talked about Jordan Baker's got to be the center on umpire basketball team.
Absolutely.
So it's Jordan Baker and a bunch of point guards. I mean, that's how the umpire set it up.
Popped up. Span. One out. Jordan Baker, center, all umpire team.
Yep.
I don't know, Mike. Judging by the umpires, there's going to be a lot of 5'10" forwards on that team.
Oh, yeah. Ed Montague, 5 foot 8 inch power forward.
Eddie never around to defend himself. Here's Colton Wong, lined out to Hunter Pence. And the pitch is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. On deck, Randall Kritchik. Ooh, closer than you think, even though Molina wasn't off more than a half a step.
He got a little foot tied going back to the base. There was an instant there where he was separated from the bag. That'd have been something.
Two and 0. Cubs won tonight, so that puts a little more pressure on the Cardinals, the Brewers. Brewers beat the Nationals. There's a strike. So they're starting to play pretty good ball at the right time.
There's the National League wild card. Arizona in the top spot. Colorado in the 2-hole. And look at the guys coming in. Milwaukee getting closer. St. Louis trying to stay with them, as is Miami. Miami's been playing good ball. Mike Matheny hoping for some September chemistry as we are in the last day of August.
Foul back 2-2. If you always look at the schedule, you play around with it a little bit. We've done it over the years. But if the Cardinals were to get hot, I mean, their schedule is filled with, the Pirates and the Reds and teams that are under 500. That doesn't always ensure you of victories, but if you get hot, you can make some noise. 3-2 to Colton Wong. And a base hit. Pence is going to try to cut it off. He does. Cardinals will have runners at second and third with Kritchik coming up. Kritchik made the last out of the game in Milwaukee yesterday, and it didn't look like he made the last out at all. And if that goes out, it would have given the Cardinals the lead.
How about that as far as drama ending a ball game? I mean, that's the kind of a moment that energizes a club this deep into a season. It energized the Brewers. It deflated the Cardinals.
Of course. Now you got to get on a plane and travel 4 hours to San Francisco. There's a strike to Kritchik. Kane pitching for the strikeout, and Kritchik is a guy that will strike out. This was the home run. Take a look at the location.
That was just a hanging breaking ball. And he hit it the way it's supposed to be hit.
Infield in for the Giants. Out of play, 1-2. So now Kane can come up with the pitch that he thinks he's got the best shot of striking Pritchett out with. Michael Walker on deck. So Posey and Kane trying to come up with that magical pitch right here. And they got him.
Well, he gets a strikeout in the strikeout situation.
And if you're wondering why the Giants didn't walk Pritchett, there's your answer. They felt like they had the shot, maybe a strike at him out, as opposed to retiring Walker and then having to face Carpenter.
So I always think that if you could get the strikeout in the strikeout situation, your stuff's good no matter how many years you've been pitching. Especially when a guy took you deep his first at bat.
Walker rolled out to Ryder Jones in the second. So you got to get Walker out, otherwise if he gets a hit it breaks your heart. A 1 ball and no strikes. And Kane comes in. Not sure I know the history, Mike, of Walker in the face guard. It may be that he got dinged there at some point. Or I'm just going to wear it no matter what.
It's not a bad thing. More protection you get, especially to your face, it'll make you a better hitter.
And a good curveball, 1 and 2, and maybe you're going to start seeing more guys do it.
Well, as hard as guys throw now, the average fastball is just under 93 miles per hour. It's not a bad thing to do.
Rolled foul. Came through him another breaking ball.
I mean, they're still flirting around with trying to figure out a design that guys will wear on the mound. A helmet that will protect pitchers. We've seen a couple of efforts, but
It's kind of all about how you look on your baseball card. Sorry, it is.
It absolutely is.
High, 2 and 2.
I mean, part of putting on a big league uniform is you want it to look good. Your hat's part of the deal. You don't want to have a wraparound headband out there on the mound and make you look like Super Mario.
2 and 2. Panic will take his time, and they got him. Well, Joe, you had me worried there for a second. It's 2-0 Cardinals.
Just a second.
Kuvara injury reported is brought to you by 1-800-4-INJURY. If you've been injured in an accident, call 1-800-4-INJURY or go to 1-800-4injury.com. Tongue twister. All right, updates. Madison Bumgarner, as you guys have mentioned, scratched from tonight's start with flu-like symptoms. He's got a fever. He's got chills. We certainly hope he feels better. Bochy saying the earliest he could be back is Sunday, gentlemen. And on the good news side of things, Austin Slater, who's been dealing with a groin injury and out of the game since July 8th, begins a rehab assignment with AAA Sacramento tomorrow. Dwayne and Mike.
All right.
Well, it's good to see Buster Posey back in the lineup tonight. This was the injury. It was a tag play where he stuck his glove one-handed into the shin of the sliding runner and really jammed his left thumb. And it was a bruise in your any digit. It's going to take a while to heal, but the left thumb of a catcher, you're not going to get any help because you're kind of going to get it beat up every time you catch a ball. and it was really affecting him and his ability to handle a bat.
By the way, Mike, why is this half inning taking so long? Because pitcher made the last out. And what do? They
head back into the dugout. You know, I love it that you get on a semi rant on this whole thing, because it really is something we saw nightly, you know, and now you never see again. But a pitcher will go back, he'll towel off, he'll get a drink of water, he'll take his time. He's in no hurry.
Well, Michael Walker grounded out. And back in the day, which was a long time ago, the first baseman would have turned around and flipped the ball to Walker, and Walker would have walked from there to the mound.
Guy brings his glove and his hat out.
That's foul. But now clearly Major League Baseball is allowing the pitcher to go back in and take a shower, and clearly he got a massage, and he put on a pair of new shoes, and he shaved.
Shined his shoes, cut his toenails, brushed his teeth.
1-2. Sandoval on deck. On the ground, and this is at Martinez.
Well, MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Giants baseball. Download MLB.com at bat today.
All right, check them off.
All right, Indiana girls, West Coast ballparks, 12 days Midwest. They went to St. Louis, Kansas City, Phoenix, LA, Oakland, San Francisco, and they are heading to Seattle when this one's over.
So what would we tell that woman? You get on 101,
yeah,
you go north,
yeah,
and you just keep going.
Yeah, just keep pointing north. Stay close to the ocean. It is a great drive from here to there, by the way.
I looked at taking Amtrak. It's great. It doesn't sound like a great idea.
It really does.
Problem is, it takes like 29 hours. A lot of stops, let's put it that way.
Yeah, but if you have a club car, who cares?
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
And a good 3 books.
Sandoval fouls it back. It stays at 1-2. I visited you
in Reno
2 winters ago.
Yep.
And I took the train back. And it was very enjoyable. So relaxing.
Driving through the High Sierra. Wintertime, that's beautiful.
Tapper right back to Walker.
When Hank Greenwald, our former partner and broadcast mentor, retired following the 1996 season, we were in Colorado, and Hank took the train from Denver back to San Francisco just to reflect upon his career and take in the sights. Said it was fantastic.
Yeah. So John came in '97, so that would have been the last series of the year in Denver in '96. I suppose he rolled out to short. Make it 2 balls and no strikes.
Yep. Buster Posey.
Doesn't matter how hard you work on those, it all works.
Well, if that little guy made that sign, he's a savant.
2-1.
That's the only D I ever got. Penmanship. How can they give you a grade for penmanship?
Well, if you can't read what you're writing, you're going to get a bad grade.
I can read it.
Well, I look at your scorecard and Yeah, I think I know who's playing.
I do.
And a walk to Buster Posey, and that'll get the tying run to the plate.
I got in trouble for that. My mom wore me out.
I agree. If you can read it, that's great. But in school, at least one other person has to be able to read it, and that would be the teacher.
Well,
So,
I mean, okay, it's the Palmer method, my version of it, but come on. A D?
Crawford hits a high fly ball to left, and it'll be Tommy Pham. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a walk, one left through 4. Go number 28. 2-0 Cardinals. Cardinals. Time now for our BMW Drive, brought to you by Bay Area BMW Centers. Hurry in today for exceptional offers or visit bayareabmw.com. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Recognize that swing of the bat by Michael Morris? I bet you do. Pat Neshek in the 8th inning. That tied the game at 3-3. And that wasn't the last of the very famous home runs in that game, because Travis, where are you, Ishikawa, sent the Giants to the World Series. It got loud here that day.
Yes, it did. As you see Corey Guerin start to heat up at the Giants bullpen.
Here's Carpenter. Carpenter is singled and he's flied out to center field. And he skies this one out to center field for Denard Span. 1 out.
Span's had a lot of action tonight. Well, a reminder that the McCovey Chronicles' Grant Brisbee and Therese Vignal will bring you a fresh take on the game and the season on Giants Outsiders on NBC Sports Bay Area. You'll see it right after post-game live at every 7 p.m. night game broadcast right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. I guess this isn't NBC Sports Bay Area, but that's where you see it.
Yeah. Swinging a fly ball hit well to right. Pence is looking up and it's off the bottom of the wall. And Pham is going to stop at second base with a double.
Well, you just don't see many right-handers go to right field and even hit it off the wall, let alone hit it out of the ballpark. But watching Span, this is another location mistake. That's up, and Pham, to his credit, didn't try to pull it. But Hunter Pence identified earlier, this is going to go high off the wall, and he positioned himself to get the carom. I mean, this is a nice play. And Tommy Pham can fly. The play that Hunter Pence made prevented a runner at third in 1-out situation.
So here's Paul DeYoung. And a first pitch strike to Paul DeYoung, who's popped out, and he's hit a fly ball to Denard Span. And Kane runs that inside for a ball.
Chance to be very careful here with an open first base. DeYoung, most home runs on this Cardinal team this year. Very dangerous.
Popped up again. And it'll be Hunter Pence who comes racing in. A lot of pop-ups tonight.
Kane has always been a fly ball strikeout guy. This year he redefined himself and started throwing more two-seam fastballs. We started to see more ground balls from him. Tonight he's put the ball in the air.
So with 2 outs, here's Fowler. Fowler is 0 for 2. And he takes a pitch down low. So it'll be pitch number 82 for King. Up high to Fowler. So Kane's been working through traffic the entire game. He's trying to do it again here in the 5th. Hit on the ground, and it'll be Jones, and Jones will flip it to Kane, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, Hunter Pence is going to lead things off.
Time now for our AAA round tripper. On this date, 2005, Moises Alou hit a home run off Jeff Francis of the Rockies for his 294th career home run, which combined with his father Felipe's 206 career home runs equaled 500 with the father-son combination. And that's our AAA round tripper. Get insurance that works at every mile. AAA, more than just insurance.
Oh, I missed that guy too. Here you see the all-time home run leaders, fathers and sons. Of course, Bobby and Barry on top, then the Griffeys. David Bell's here. David and Buddy have to be, at least at some point soon after that list. Here's Hunter Pence, who takes a curveball for a strike. Parker to follow. 0-2. Yadier Molina not see that. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a bit odd. It's hard to believe he'd get crossed up with nobody on base. He's just using one sign.
And a base hit for Pence. Moving over and cutting it off is Randall Critchett.
Let's take a look at the way that Yadier Molina catches this ball. You know, he may have blocked his vision with the glove as he reached up for it.
I think that's a good call.
And I don't think that felt very good on his hand. So the Giants with the leadoff base runner. That's the first time that has happened in tonight's ball game for the Giants.
Yep, here's Parker. Parker about ready to park one.
I like that.
Turned into a Midwest broadcaster here.
Well, that's good.
1 ball and no strikes. Come on, Park, you can do it.
Park one, Parker.
In at third is Carpenter. Ooh, foul back. It's
And
1
he
ball
had-
and 1 strike.
He had the pitch he was looking for in a place that he could do some damage with. That's one. If you've got some pop like he's got, you're sitting in a 1-0 count and you get one like that, you are not happy with yourself.
And a little foul into the Giants dugout.
Parker, long arms, flat swing, likes the ball middle away, and the Cardinals trying to stay in that inside corner. And Michael Wacha did not go into that inside location of the hands naked. That was 98 miles per hour.
And in the center field, that'll be a base hit. So Parker comes through with a hit.
Now that was a changeup, and really not a hanger either. Circle change, turns it over right on the outside corner at the knees. I mean, you think about it, the 98-mile-an-hour fastball in the hands he saw the previous pitch. This is a great two-pitch sequence. You had Parker, not a whole lot of lower body in the swing. Manages to barrel it up and beat the pitch.
Jones is on deck, and Jones is at the plate. Moncrief is on deck. Roll foul. No balls and one strike. Foul down the left field line. Heads up.
Erica, what games in the Niners? What channel is the Niners on?
So just like that, Ryder Jones falls behind in the count, 0-2. So now Ryder Jones is going to have to fight. That was just a reminder that I'm out here and I'm going to move you back a little bit.
Just because I can.
Comes back 2-2. That foul, so Jones stays alive. It's a pretty good pitch after the two fastballs in to foul back.
Yeah, changeup on the outside corner. I mean, that's one thing about Walker. When he's throwing his changeup, he's not hanging it out there in the middle of the plate. I mean, he's got good arm action. He's got great location with it. As you see Kane and Jeff Samardzija.
So Pence will move on back to second. Foul back, and that one was up.
And that was another changeup. It was up, but he was just a little out front. Waka has not shown him that big curveball.
Down the right field line, and tracking it down will be Gritchett. Pence is going to go back and tag. They got a shot at him, and he's out. No! They call him safe. Carpenter missed the tag. Carpenter's not arguing, so it must have been a good call by Mike Everett.
Cardinals still going to take a look at it. He goes to third, then he breaks back to the bag, and he's thinking, I have a chance to tag up. And I think that he was going to be out by 20 feet. And it looked like Carpenter just whiffed.
Jordan Baker is going to go over and say, what are you going to do?
They're going to wear it. They will not challenge that one. So Gritchett Thought he was going to get an assist there. Carpenter really upset with himself not making that play.
Well, Moncrief's got a chance now to knock in a run. It's 2-0 Cardinals. Pence is at third. Parker's at first. And the pitch is a called strike.
Garrett will pitch the top of the 6th inning for the Giants. Matt Cain pitched well, just 2 runs allowed in the 5 innings. His teammates trying to pick him up right now offensively.
On the move is Fowler. Fowler's going to make the catch. Parker better hurry. He's going to make it as Pence scores. A little risky when that back runner tries to get into second, but it all worked out just fine. It's 2-1.
Nice job, Carlos Moncrief, getting that ball deep enough. And he will get the hero's welcome back in the Giants dugout.
Matheny is going to ask maybe to see if one of the two left too soon. And it looks like that's not going to happen at all. Hey, it was nice. Mike came out. We had a chance to see what he looks like in full uniform.
Yeah, airtime, veteran move.
Babe.
Mike Matheny, very popular when he was a Giants player.
Very popular with us. So here's Span. And a one hopper. And Yadier Molina just threw his glove up, and that's a great play.
It really is. It's just an example of soft hands from a catcher. You get a scud, a breaking ball, you don't know how high it's going to break. You just kind of let your hands think for themselves. Kind of under the moon backhander. Great catcher.
In tight, 2-0.
Couple cutters.
A big fly here would give Matt Cain a chance for a win.
Yes, it would. Bernard Span, 9 home runs on the year, a couple of water shots.
And that's foul. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
You saw the line for Matt Cain, 5 runs on 7 hits, a couple of earned runs, and no walks and 2 strikeouts. Remember, he wasn't supposed to be starting today. It's supposed to be Madison Bumgarner, who is home with the flu.
And then when Bumgarner starts, everybody puts on their rubber spikes.
Good seeing Kyle Crick really snuggle up to Matt Cain. In the bullpen, here in the dugout. Young pitcher hanging around an old pitcher.
Nope, a bit high. Nope. Panic's going to hit.
Well, from the Giants' perspective, I mean, that's a plus because Panic's been red hot.
I agree.
A couple of home runs in San Diego. So, Derek Lilliquist, the pitching coach for the Cardinals, is going to take a slow walk. We haven't seen any activity yet coming out of the Cardinals dugout. No bullpen action. So I think Derek Lilliquist is going to come out and tell Michael Wacha, hey, weekdays, Greg Papa and Ray Ratto and Kelly Johnson bring you the happy hour on NBC Sports Bay Area and NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Derek Lilliquist, a huge fan of the happy hour, and so are we.
Absolutely. So here's Panik. Panik has popped out and he's rolled out to first. Pop up, out of play. No balls and one strike.
Wacha going right at him. Throw 96 miles an hour, 98 miles an hour, which is what he's been all night long. You get brave. Why wouldn't you? Brought his glove. They both did. Gamers.
Well, this should get Wacha out of the inning. It's going to be Pham in left field, and that'll do it. Giants pick up a run. They strand a pair. After 5-1 Cardinals. On September 11th, 12th, and 13th. On the 13th, the first 40,000 fans are going to receive a Frank Robinson bobblehead. It's presented by PlayStation. Get to the park early. There'll be a pregame ceremony, and tickets are available at sfgiants.com. We also would like to remind everybody that today is Frank Robinson's 82nd birthday. So, Frank, if you're watching, we know you are, because Mike and I were your two favorite players ever. So we know you're watching. Happy 82nd.
That's right.
As Corey Guerin is ready to go.
There you see the numbers for Corey Guerin. 55th time he's come into a game. 4-3 with a 2.22 ERA.
I didn't make that up.
Frank Robinson taught us a lot of baseball. He made us better.
Here's Molina. I mean, I actually got to play with him because he was a player manager, which was always very unusual.
I like the bobblehead because that's how Frank used to stand at the end of the dugout. I mean, he didn't sit down.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Does it look like him standing there?
Yeah.
With his arms folded? Think about Frank, what players didn't realize is Frank wanted you to think that he was mad at you. But more so than not, he wasn't.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you.
And he wanted the other team to absolutely think that he was mad at you. He played mad. There's a foul out of play. He played mad and he played tough, and he wanted you to play just like he did, and consequently there were guys out there that didn't like him very much.
But he made you better.
He insisted that you play a certain way. On the ground to Crawford. Took a little bit of a weird turn on Crawford. This is what Mike is talking about.
I mean, that's the pose at the end of the dugout right there.
Yeah. Here's Jose Martinez.
Remember back when he was the manager of the Giants, the walls around the dugout and the dugout was orange.
Yeah.
All changed in 1993 when it became green. I think.
Well, keep going. I think you're on the right track.
Matt Bowman, the right-hander for the Cardinals, starting to heat up. Well, he's heating up. He's likely to be in the game in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, and 2 to Martinez. Out of play.
This guy is built for the low part of the strike zone, right? And you say that about most tall pitchers or tall hitters. Martinez 6'7". There's not that many tall hitters that were good high ball hitters. Dave Winfield was, John Olerud was. Most tall hitters, and they like that ball down.
Way outside, 1 and 2.
And it's a little weird too if you're Corey Guerin, or as Matt Cain preceded Guerin tonight, when you're pitching against Martinez 6'7", and then the next guy you pitch to is Colton Wong, and he's about 5'8". He's just almost like your strike zone shrinks before your very eyes.
Hit out to Hunter Pence, and another fly ball. In 1983 in spring training, the Giants broke out new uniforms. And here's a commercial with Chili Davis, yours truly, and Frank Robinson.
Hey, Kipe, these new uniforms look older than the old ones, you know?
Yeah, and they say Robinson helped design them.
It figures.
I kind of like the new uniforms, though.
You like these? They're so old-fashioned, though. They're so serious. They're so you.
Come on, Giants. Hang in there.
I love those unis.
Here's Colton Wong. Oh. Think Chili Davis had a little Eddie Haskell in him.
You had a little Eddie Haskell in you.
Okay. Oh. Filmed in that old visitors clubhouse at Phoenix Muni. You did a couple of commercials in that old clubhouse.
Yes, I did.
One ball and one strike. I think Chili saw that look from Frank a lot, and sometimes it really affected him at the plate. Chili was he was a rook in '82 with Frank.
Frank brought him into the big leagues.
But Chili would swing at a pitch in the dirt, and he would kind of look to see if Frank was actually watching.
But I mean, I'll say it again, and I'll repeat myself. Frank made you better. And when you were a young player, if you were one of his rookies, Bob Brinley, Danny Gladden, or a Chili Davis, he made you tougher. Yeah. Tom O'Malley, John Rabb. Frank would toughen you up. You were one of his rookies.
Yeah, with Cleveland. Here's the 1-2 to Colton Wong. And it's high, 2-2.
You look back and you think about the people that were your instructors in the minor leagues and taught you the game of professional baseball, which is, it's a different game. It's a different game than college baseball or high school baseball. Professional baseball at every level is a different game. Rookie league, A-ball, AA, AAA to the big leagues. And you need teachers, show you the ropes, pat you on the back, keep you going.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. So, Guerin with a nice inning. This is a look that you and I saw a lot. And when we see him, we're going to show him that look.
That's right. You stole my vodka. Brought to you by Tri-Valley. Visit Tri-Valley. Play and stay on the sunny side of the bay. Tri-Valley.
So here in the home half of the sixth, the Giants trail by a run, and Pablo Sandoval is going to lead things off. Barry Bonds was here today.
Having a long conversation with Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah. You know, you try not to eavesdrop. But, you know, things around the batting cage are like whatever, right? If you're an old player, then they're just conversation around the batting cage. And all Barry was trying to remind Sandoval was, you know, just use your hands a little bit more.
Look at it. Cutter at 91.
There were a couple of years where the Panda would not have gotten out of the way of that.
Well, he doesn't have any hamate bones left in either hand.
Nope. Oiler's gone. Tapped over the mound. Wong comes in charging, and he throws him out. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, earlier in the broadcast, we talked about ways people can help Major League Baseball raise money, donate money to the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Well, Matt Carpenter of the Cardinals took it up a notch, and on Monday announced for every home run he hits for the rest of the season, he will personally be donating $10,000 in relief to the Hurricane Harvey victims. Now, Matt comes from Galveston, Texas, which is very near Houston. I talked to him today, gentlemen. He said he's been on the phone constantly with friends and family, making sure that people are okay and have the things that they need. The Cardinals got on board as well. He said a few minutes after he made his announcement, Adam Wainwright called and said, hey, I want to match that. And a few minutes after that, Cardinals owner called him and said, we want to match it too. So now for every home run Matt Carpenter hits for the rest of the season, $30,000 will go to the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Nicely done, Matt Carpenter, guys.
Very nice. Very nice. I suppose he rolls it to third. Carpenter's got a chance to make the play, and Posey beats it out. You can take a look at it.
Now, Jose Martinez, the first baseman for the Cardinals, immediately signaled to Mike Matheny. Look at that one. You saw David Bell get over to the phone. Remember, it's got to get to the back of the glove. I don't think they'll challenge.
No, I don't either. Well, Matheny's going to challenge. It's the sixth inning, but I don't think it's going to be overturned.
This is all he's got right here.
So it would be nice to have Posey at first with one out.
Yeah, they may have an argument.
Yeah.
They absolutely have a chance.
The reaction here at the park was obviously mixed. Buster's watching it at first base. All you can do is, if you're the guy at first, just keep your fingers crossed. You think they take into account a guy that doesn't get many infield hits?
Well, they should
lean towards the guy that doesn't get many.
But I don't know. I think they may silently root for catchers. I think, you know, umpires and catchers are brothers in the tools of ignorance. Catchers equipment, umpires equipment. You spend half your life in a squad. There's got to be a feeling of a fraternity. Hey, we're going to find out. The longer it goes, the better chance he has of getting this base hit. Mike Everett, crew chief on your right, awaiting word.
it'll be an infield hit.
Strong fraternity.
So here's Crawford. Crawford with a double in the second, a fly ball to left in the fourth. He's had some pretty good rips against Waka. Down the left field line and out of play. And it's no balls and one strike.
Mike Matheny has had a number of guys warm up in the Cardinal bullpen. But the pitch count really isn't an issue with a guy as big and as strong as Waka. He's still throwing it up there pretty good. So Matheny basically saying, this is your game.
Down low.
Second, third time through the lineup, we haven't seen a lot of the big curveball from Waka. It's been fastball, changeup. Matt Bowman, the right-hander. Zach Duke, the lefty.
One and two.
That's a good changeup right there.
Hunter Pence on deck. It's a 2-1 lead for the Cardinals. Waka is ready. And this is hit on the ground. It could be a pair. And it is. John Miller will be back after 6. It's 2-1 Cardinals.
Favorite NBC shows and local news using an antenna. All you have to do is rescan your TV to see NBC Bay Area's stronger over-the-air signal on Channel 11. Learn more at NBCBayArea.com/rescan. We're heading to the top of the 7th inning. And it is a 2-1 Cardinal advantage. And there is a new pitcher now for the Giants. It's going to be Hunter Strickland. This is the 57th time that he is coming in. 3-3 on the year with a 2.68 ERA. 2-1 Cardinals, top of the 7th. Once again, my pal John Miller.
All right, Kruk and Strickland to face Randall Grichuk, who has provided the Cardinals runs, the runs by which they still lead this game. He had a 2-run homer all the way back in the 2nd inning. 2-1. St. Louis still leading. Grichuk struck out his next time up. And that's a ball too low.
Every time I see that view from behind home plate right there, I mean, that's the view we had when we were kids. That was what you saw. You didn't have the center field camera.
But you didn't have a center field camera on Dodger telecast?
No.
I mean, we had them on Giants telecast.
Well, you were cutting edge, Sean.
See, bummer. That is right to Joe Paddock. One away. I remember both teams, the Dodgers and the Giants, in the early days of baseball on the West Coast, the only games they televised were the games against each other on the road. So the only games we'd see up here were the Giants playing in LA, and in LA the only games you'd see would be the Dodgers playing in San Francisco. And back in the early 60s, the Giants only used 3 telecasts, or the 3 cameras on their telecasts. And they were all up high. There was the high home. You saw every pitch from a high home, not a low. They didn't have one down on the ground. High home, high first, high third. Those were the 3 camera angles you got.
Go get him.
Greg Garcia, the pinch hitter for Michael Wacha. Garcia has been an excellent utility man, hitting .251, but he gets a lot of walks. He got a .370 on base average. Cardinals have Bowman in the bullpen again. Panic from right field. Can't handle it. He was angling back on that ball. Got to it, but couldn't pick it up.
And Greg Garcia runs pretty well, so I mean, he's not going to give you a whole lot of opportunity to regroup if you don't come up with it cleanly. We've been seeing Panic make some spectacular plays to his left on this last road trip. And we were just told it was been ruled an error, and that is not right. That'll get changed. That is not an error.
So a runner at first, 1 out, and here is Matt Carpenter.
It tells me the official scorer that made that call has never played second base.
Just off the outside to Carpenter, who is 1 for 3 in the game.
But if you're an official scorer, you make a call like that, and all of a sudden you have the heads of the PR department attack you from both sides at the same time, you might have an inkling that you made the wrong call there. And I guarantee that has happened.
2-0 the count.
Because I think the Cardinals clearly think that Garcia deserves a hit, and the Giants feel that Joe Panic should not be penalized.
Well, it would have been a heck of a play if he'd been able to get him. And like you say, we don't know for sure that he would have gotten him, even if he picked it up cleanly. He would have been throwing against the grain, moving left and throwing back to his right. 3-0 the count now to Matt Carpenter.
But the official scorer, he could hold his ground. And if it still is debated, it can be sent to a higher source and reviewed. I don't think it'll go that far. I think it'll be changed by the official scorer once he hears everybody's arguments. The other thing too, in the press box here, where the official scorer is with all the writers, the writers will let out a collective groan when they feel it was a bad call. So a lot of pressure on an official scorer if he makes a bad call or a questionable call.
Well, that ball really got away from Hunter Strickland. Ball 4, putting 2 men on with 1 man out. And Tommy Pham coming up. He's been very hot, including tonight a single and a double. He had 2 home runs yesterday in Milwaukee for the Cardinals. So a tight spot has developed here for Hunter Strickland. 7th inning, the Giants trailing 2-1. Pham hitting .310 for the year. And that's in there for a called strike. Curveball. 0-1.
No wind tonight. It has been warm. It has been a ballpark that really doesn't have its defense system that prevents home runs, which means it's live from foul line to foul line. You don't see that very often, especially at night in this ballpark. A rare warm day. And yet, rare warm night.
Yet it's a pitcher's duel, or has been up till now. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Strike zone's jumping around on Hunter Strickland suddenly. Garcia at second, Carpenter at first. Ooh. Ball 2. He's thrown 15 pitches and only 5 of them have been strikes. was a good one. 2-2. On deck is Paul DeYoung, the Cardinals' leading home run hitter so far this year. 2 on, 1 out. And that one's kind of sat right there in the middle of the strike zone, but fouled out of play.
Yeah, that's one you hope you get when you're in the batter's box. Breaking ball that just kind of has roll in it, and not the snap that a pitcher likes to see. That was a hanger.
Two and two the count. Up the middle. Base hit right through into center field. Here comes Garcia to score. 3-1 St. Louis.
Well, nice 2-strike approach there. Tommy Pham going right back up the middle, so Dave Righetti going to come out quickly. I think the concern that Righetti has is the height of the breaking ball. I mean, this is a fastball, and again, look at the location. What's the easiest area to defend? It's between your belt and the letters on your chest. And Pham in 2 consecutive pitches got a high hanging breaking ball, then he got a hanging fastball. And I think the message from Righetti is that you need to get the ball down. Do what you need to do. Shorten your stride. Slow your rhythm down just a little bit. Get that release point out front. Change your sights. Whatever it is you're aiming at, you need to get the ball down.
And the rookie, DeYoung. And that breaking ball is a called strike on the outside.
Yeah, that was a perfect pitch. Albert Suarez heading down the Giants bullpen.
Right there again, strike 2, a swinging strike this time. Tommy Pham, by the way, that ground ball, it was a single. He sort of placed it beautifully. Did not hit the ball well, though, but certainly to the right spot, and it knocked in a run. 84 miles an hour off his bat, according to StatCast. 0-2 the count.
3 pitches, 3 curveballs.
Dexter Fowler hitting cleanup for the Cardinals is on deck. A run is in. The Cardinals lead 3-1. And he laid off 1-2. What a night, and it's only supposed to get warmer. Forecast is calling for temperatures to hit into the 90s right here in the city of San Francisco tomorrow. Hit softly. Crawford's only plays to first in time to get DeYoung. The runners advance. Carpenter to third and Pham to second. 2 down. Dexter Fowler has struck out, flied out deep to left center, and grounded out to first, so he's 0 for 3 in this one. It looks like there's another trade made today, just recently. That is in there for a called strike. Brandon Phillips went to the Angels. Earlier in the day, the Angels acquired Justin Upton from the Tigers.
Got a lot of right-handed bats in that Angel team.
And Cole Calhoun's about the only lefty in their regular lineup. Fastball back to Strickland, and the inning is over. But An important run scores for the Cardinals. They lead 3-1. Hunter Pence, then Jarrett Parker coming up for the Giants. First half of the 7th inning. Now safe at home by Nest. Make sure things are safe at home with Nest Cam security cameras. And this was game 5 and the clinching game. David Bell scoring the winning run on the base hit by Kenny Lofton. Barry Bonds and Benito Santiago were celebrating there. The Giants won the pennant on that base hit. There's David Bell. He's the bench coach for Mike Matheny now. Learn more at nest.com/Giants. 3rd season as the Cardinals bench coach. He had 20 home runs with the Giants back in 2002. Kenny Lofton. It had to feel ever so sweet for Lofton because they were booing him like crazy in St. Louis. Matt Bowman is on to pitch for the Cardinals. They also have some changes on the infield. Carpenter moving over to first base from third, and Garcia staying in after pinch hitting to play third. So Bowman inherits a 3-1 advantage. Hunter Pence leads off for the Giants. He's grounded out and singled and scored a run.
We've seen all kinds of versions of being more compact in windups, and Matt Bowman's got his own special little look. Kind of rocks back and really sits back on that left foot. Starts in what looks like the stretch position, then he rocks back, stays on that left foot for a long time, then completes his throw. Bowman's got a fastball that's low 90s average with a curveball, slider, and a changeup. He's a control guy.
2-1 to Hunter Pence. Colton Wong just got him at first. Pence hustling up the line. 1 away. Well, a lot of news today. This is the night, and I think the time has already passed. Last chance for teams in a pennant race to try and fortify themselves, either for the stretch run through September or for the postseason. To get a player that qualifies to be on your postseason roster, you have to have him by tonight, and I think it was 9 o'clock Pacific time. Broken bat liner right to the shortstop DeYoung, and that's all for Jarrett Parker. Bat snapped in two.
Oh, then he kind of just fired the handle back in the infield. Not happy with that at bat. The result of.
He had a single his last time. He's 1 for 3 now. And now Ryder Jones will come up. Justin Upton was acquired today from the Tigers. The veteran home run hitter picked up by the Angels. And apparently Brandon Phillips has also been picked up by the Angels from the Atlanta Braves, the veteran second baseman. That was deep and foul down the right field line. And out into the bay. A long foul. There it is.
Well, they float. I mean, we really learned a lot about baseballs and how they floated when Barry Bonds was playing here. How they would float. Some, they'd hang up for a while. Others, they'd go right down. Never knew that about a baseball. I can't tell you as to why that is, why some sink immediately, some can hang around for an hour. Good curveball from Bowman.
1-2. hit well to center. Still going. Off the base of the wall, over the head of Dexter Fowler. Ryder Jones, I don't know if he thought he had a home run or what. Suddenly saw the ball bouncing back toward the infield, and then he put it into gear to get his triple.
I think he thought that Fowler was going to come up with that ball, was going to be a two-bagger, because he was pulling up stakes. Ball hit well. The carry hits the base of the wall. And let's watch the route that he takes. I mean, he's thinking extra bags right here. Now he's just going to break it down into a double. Oh, wait a second. There's an extra 90 feet.
Well, that had to be it. He thought it was. He didn't realize at first the ball had gotten past Dexter Fowler. And when he saw it, he took off. So here is Gorkys Hernandez to pinch hit for Hunter Strickland. 3-1 the Cardinals lead. And Bowman is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bowman is in his 65th game this year. 4.26 ERA. Zach Duke is up again, a left-hander in the Cardinal bullpen. That's in there for a called strike. At the high strike there. There's Duke, number 29, left-hander, been around for a long time. Mark Melancon is now warming up in the Giants bullpen. Let the foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gorkys Hernandez having really his best year as a big leaguer. 268 average, hitting 250 as a pinch hitter, 4 for 16. Trying to knock in a run here. Just off the outside.
Good pitch, good idea. Get a 1-2 count or an 0-2 count. I mean, that's where you want to go with the location. Just a little backup slider. Didn't look like it did a whole lot, but still the location was what was perfect.
Bowman looking in at Yadier Molina. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gorkys. Infield playing him to pull. Outfield straight away. Into the hole. The throw. Wow! What a play by DeYoung. With a fast runner. That did not seem possible. And that robs the Giants of a run. The rookie DeYoung.
Absolutely spectacular play. The angle that he had to throw from, and to be able to put it on the dot, that is the play, and that is the big leagues.
Park, it is time now for our Xfinity Future Focus, as we have confirmed several locations of where Giants prospects will be playing baseball in the offseason. You can take a look at it there. Arizona Fall Ball. It's going to be Tyler Beatty, Tyler Sear, Steven Duggar, Aramis Garcia, and Chris Shaw. And heading to the Dominican Winter League, Christian Arroyo and Austin Slater. So book your trips, guys.
All right, and from everybody I've ever heard who's gone down there during the fall league, they love it. They have fun down in the desert, and the games are almost always in the daytime in the spring training ballparks.
Oh, it's fun. Just that it gets a little long.
Pablo, the throw, one a hop, got him.
We'll be privileged to see some exceptional defense from both teams. Paul DeYoung to end it for the Giants in the 7th, and here Pablo Sandoval spearing one quickly to his feet. Keep that ball down, give your first baseman a chance, and Ryder Jones digs it out. Watch the momentum of the body turn right to his target and how quickly he sets his feet with accuracy to first base. That bit.
And kind of a little wry look on his face, like, I knew I'd get it. Stephen Piscotty, Bay Area native, as a pinch hitter.
I mean, it helps if you have a catcher runner. If you have a chance to make that play. Any way you look at it, it's a spectacular play.
Stephen Piscotty got off to an excellent start this year. Had some injury problems. Then he went into a slump, and they actually sent him out to the minors for a while. Piscotty said, wait a minute, you called that a strike? What?
Do you think that was a little high? No, strike. Get under and hit. The numbers for Mark Melancon as he's into his 29th game. 26 strikeouts against 3 walks, 33 base runners at 26 2/3.
That's a foul. Piscotty was born in Pleasanton, in the East Bay. Went to high school in the East Bay, Amador Valley High School. The Dodgers drafted him, but he did not sign. And instead, he played college baseball at Stanford. After his junior season, St. Louis drafted him, and he did sign. Well, that one is too high, 2-2. He got his degree at Stanford in the offseason after the 2014 season in atmosphere and energy engineering.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know, but apparently he does, and which is impressive.
He's got a degree in it.
Got a degree in something we never heard of.
Yeah.
You must be pretty smart. You went to Stanford? You must be pretty smart. Whatever your major was. Although I found out, Dave Fleming, our partner.
Yeah.
He was a classics major, which I thought, wow, that's impressive. You know what it actually was?
No.
4 years he got to watch ESPN Classic. Any wonder why so many people want to go to Stanford? That is through into center field. It's a base hit for Piscotty. I mean, Dave has never confirmed that for me, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Colton Wong will come up. Dave did a football game tonight in Indiana, Ohio State, Indiana. And he had a pretty good game the last I heard.
Well, he had a heck of a time getting out of San Diego to get back to Indiana. Travel right now has been tough if you're going around the country.
How many flights did they say got canceled just in Houston?
8,400.
Wow. The airport was closed for several days, and of course that is a hub. United Airlines, among others, and that has such an effect on airports all over the country. Flights cannot get into or out of Houston. 2-0 now to Colton Wong, who has lined out to right, doubled, and struck out. 3-1, the Cardinals lead.
Well, Matt Carpenter is definitely feeling the effects of the hurricane. Being from Galveston, Texas, I mean, he's got a lot of friends and families down there. And I mean, he's really done wonders in raising money. Every home run he hits the rest of the way, I mean, he's going to give $30,000. Adam Wainwright's going to give $30,000 or $10,000, and the Cardinals are going to give $10,000. So the whole package is going to be $30,000 for every home run the rest of the way.
And that's ball 4 to Wong.
Hunter Pence, a conversation with him today. I mean, he lives in Houston in the offseason. He's got a lot of friends and family down there. Some of his closest friends really became victims of the flood. They had to leave their homes. Very concerned. Raising money, donating time. Anything he can for his friends and family back in the Houston area.
I never realized that, you know, you hear expressions after big storms and whatnot. They say that's the storm of the century. Then if it's really bad, it's the storm of the last 500 years, or something you would only expect to have every 500 years. Now this one they upgraded. They said only every 1,000 years a storm like this. And hopefully that's right. We won't have another one like it for a long time. Grichuk, who hit a 2-run homer in the second. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals jumped ahead on his home run with a man aboard in the second inning. They've led ever since. The Giants getting a run in the 5th inning, knocked in by pinch hitter Carlos Moncrief. One and one. Runners at first and second here. A single by Piscotty, and then a walk to Wong. It's Piscotty at second, Wong at first. Beauty, curveball.
That's a great curveball. And the thing that makes his curveball unique is he's throwing that pitch almost over the top. So it's a 12-6 break on the dial of your watch. I mean, right over the top, straight downer.
1-2 the count. Grichuk in a deep crouch. Hit very softly. And no play anywhere on the base hit. And the bases are loaded now for Greg Garcia. Third base coach there, Mike Schilt, talking it over with Piscotty. Garcia came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th as Mark Gardner, Giants bullpen coach. Getting ready to head out. There he goes.
Getting Taira Uematsu, the Giants bullpen catcher. So once again, it's going to be Albert Suarez.
Giants are pulled in at third and first. Double play depth up the middle at short and second for Garcia. And it's ball 1. And you see how the Giants are playing it here. Cardinals threatening to break it open now with a 3-1 lead at the moment. Carpenter, the leadoff man, is on deck. Garcia reached on what was scored as an error on Joe Panik in the 7th. 2-0.
Yeah, this becomes a little more interesting. Melanson pitching for the strikeout. And quickly down to the count 2-0. So this becomes a huge pitch. He's got to get it in the strike zone. From Garcia's perspective, I mean, he's thinking fly ball.
Three and 0. Melanson got the first batter of the inning on an outstanding play by Pablo. Then Piscotty got a base hit. Wong walked, and then Grichuk beat out a 50-foot dribbler to load the bases. Now he needs a strike. And he can't get it.
Well, Melanson can't believe the last one. He's looking in and long and hard at Jordan Baker.
That forces Piscotty home 4-1.
Abrighetti going to come out. I mean, Albert Suarez is ready to go. So, I mean, they wanted to take Melanson out of the ballgame. They could. But from Righetti's perspective, he's just going out there to try and calm Melanson down, because he steamed about a couple pitches that he didn't get in that sequence. Here's where you got to bite your tongue if you're Melanson. Get the umpire coming right out there to you going, oh, let's go, fellas, let's pick it up. And if you're a pitcher, you want to say, well, we shouldn't even have to have this meeting if you call the strikes the way it's supposed to be called. Meat, you say to yourself.
So now Wong at third with Grichuk at second and Garcia, who just got an RBI with a bases loaded walk, at first. And one of the Cardinals' best hitters, Matt Carpenter, at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. He's been on base twice. One ball, no strikes. Four to 1 Cardinals now. Giants looking for a double play ball. Melanson and Carpenter. Carpenter's only 2 for 15 against him lifetime. Now Ryder Jones goes home, and Melanson hit the deck. He was headed for first base, and then he had to duck out of the way of that throw from Ryder Jones.
Well, that's your assignment. You got to get over and cover first, because you never know if the play is going to go 3-6-1. You got to be in position, and all of a sudden ad lib, get the heck out of Dodge. So they do get the out on the force at home.
Grichuk over to third, Garcia to second, and now Carpenter is at first. Tommy Pham, he's had 3 straight hits. He had 2 home runs yesterday in Milwaukee. And that's called a strike. Now somebody might be saying, hey, was that ball hit hard enough to be turned into a double play, going to second and back to first? But oftentimes, even though your double play depth at short and second, the corner infield's job is to just go home with it. What do you think?
Well, yeah, the speed of the ground ball dictates where you're going to throw, and you have to also pre-program. The Carpenter runs well. Your chance of getting him doubled up was not good. Now, if there's a smash to a corner infielder and you have time to make that play, you go ahead and turn it. The other thing, too, the 3-6-1 double play is not an easy one to spin. I think Ryder Jones, as soon as he saw the speed of that ball coming to him, he knew the option was at home, and that was the only option.
The ball off the bat of Matt Carpenter, only 76 miles an hour, so not hard hit.
Look out.
And that forces in another run. Tommy Pham is upset.
Now, if you're Tommy Pham and you're yelling at a pitcher when you get hit with the bases loaded, something's wrong with you.
Well, he gets his second RBI. And the 25th pitch of the inning for Melanson, who had a rough inning. 2 runs are in. It's 5-1 now. DeYoung, the rookie, coming up. Suarez in from the bullpen.
Experiences from Giants games to amazing concerts and shows. You're not going to want to miss them. Go to StubHub.com or StubHub and get your ticket out. StubHub, check it out. The official fan ticket marketplace of the Giants.
Albert Suarez to face Paul DeYoung, the rookie, with the bases loaded. 2 runs in, 2 men out. It's 5-1 St. Louis. Strike 1 to DeYoung, who is 0 for 4 in this game. Giants pitchers have shut him down, and the cleanup hitter right behind him, Dexter Fowler, also 0 for 4. And it's a ball and a strike. This is not a team that's got they got a big cleanup hitter, got 38 home runs or whatever, but they got about 7 or 8 guys every night with 15 to 20, it seems like. And
well, they had 6 in the lineup tonight that had 15 or more. 10 that had, or 7 guys that had double digits. I mean, that's a lot of home run threat up and down your lineup.
Did he swing? Yes. Tom Woodring, the first base umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, as we understand it, apparently Justin Verlander, the ace right-hander of the Tigers, was traded to the Astros just a moment before the trading deadline hit. And when I say trading deadline, the deadline to get him on the roster for any postseason play the Astros will be in. And they're going to be in some. That's all. Panic throws him out. The Giants are now trailing 5-1. Top of the order coming up. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock for Giants pregame live before game 2 of this series. Johnny Cueto will return to the Giants rotation facing Jack Flaherty, a rookie making his major league debut for the Cardinals tomorrow. We'll be back with you right here at NBC Bay Area and the Giants television network Saturday night, September the 16th at 6 o'clock for the Giants and the D-backs. That'll be the next homestand for the Giants. 5-1. There it is. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Cardinals. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Giants. And Tyler Lyons, a left-hander, has come on. Once they scored another run there, they sat Zach Duke down and got Lyons up instead. So it's Lyons in from the bullpen to face Denard Span. Strike 1 called. Span, a lefty, then Panic, another lefty, and then Sandoval, the switch hitter, who will bat right-handed, but he's not been having much success batting right-handed. Due up 3rd in the inning.
Saw the numbers for Lyons. He's having a great season going. For Lyons, his 38th game he's come into. In 42 innings, he's only given up 29 hits. And in those 42 innings, he struck out 51. He doesn't have a blazer fastball. I mean, he averages right around 90, but a really good slider and a changeup combination.
2-1.
Cardinals have been setting up with Lyons. If you're a setup guy this deep in the season, you've had a good year. And he has.
Knocked down by Carpenter. And 1 away. So Span is 0 for 3 with a walk. And now Joe Panic. Joe Panic has popped up to second, grounded out to first, and flied out to shallow left center.
That's a big breaking ball. I mean, you can't call it a full slider. It's more of a slurve, but it's big. And if Lyons says he can add velocity on the breaking ball, he can back speed off of that breaking ball.
High in the air to left. There is Pham. 2 down. 2 down, nobody on. And Pablo will come up. Tomorrow, the day that rosters can expand for all major league teams, and they can bring anybody up who's on the 40-man roster. All season long, you've had the 25-man active roster in the big leagues and the other 15 in that 40-man roster playing in the minor leagues. But any of those other 15 players can be brought up as of tomorrow. Bruce Bochy was saying that likely the Giants will bring up a couple of relievers, maybe Stephen Okert and Derek Law, and a third catcher, Fedorovich. Although that's not an announcement. He was just saying what he figured would be likely. And the minor league season does not end until the game's on Monday, Labor Day. And they may, once the season is over down there, bring somebody else up. We'll see. DeYoung throws out Pablo Sandoval, and Pablo is 0 for 4. None of the Giants' first 3 hitters in the lineup have had a hit tonight. On to the 9th we go. As we go to the 9th inning here at AT&T Park. A dark night out there in the Cove. I guess it's always dark when it's a night game.
Calm waters. Look at the flags and the right field fence line, the Levi's Landing flags, and there, of course, Old Glory, the state of California flag right next to it. They are blowing straight down. None wind. A rare night with no wind here.
It was a very warm day, and it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. And the curveball up and away from Albert Suarez to Dexter Fowler, the cleanup hitter for the Cardinals. And ball 2. Fowler is 0 for 4 in this game. Yadier Molina to follow, and then the pitcher's spot due up third. And then back to the screen. And John Brabia warming up in the Cardinal bullpen.
Brabia is the closer for these Cardinals now.
Brabia has been excellent. Real tough to hit. 2-2 now to Dexter Fowler.
The Cardinals lost their closer, Trevor Rosenthal. He is out.
That's backing out of play. So the big news today in baseball, the trade of Justin Verlander right before the deadline to get him on the roster and eligible for postseason play, not just September, but the postseason. So Verlander's going to the Astros.
I thought it was a pretty busy day. I mean, right down to the wire. Saw a couple trades the last couple days, but today, so we're talking about some big names going. Had to be done today if you're going to be eligible for postseason.
And the biggest, Verlander, but the Tigers also traded a big home run hitter, Justin Upton, to the Angels earlier today.
So that's sort of an official statement by the Tigers saying we are rebuilding.
And according to the reports we read, some pretty good prospects sent by Houston to Detroit in the Verlander deal.
They had 3 of their top 10 prospects. That's a haul.
One of them, the son of longtime former major leaguer Mike Cameron. That is a strikeout. That's all for Fowler. 1 away in the 9th. Yadier Molina now. Yadier has had 1 hit in 4 at bats. Justin Upton goes to the Angels, and apparently Brandon Phillips, the veteran second baseman, also goes to the Angels. So the Angels, who've been below or at the very best right around 500 most of the year, and they started coming on here in the last week to 10 days. So they're going for it, trying to be one of the wild card teams. The Angels 1 game back of Minnesota for the 2nd wild card spot when the day began. Minnesota, though, won its game. Shallow left, Parker in a hurry, and he got it. Took him a while to realize where it was headed, and he really had to put it in gear, but he got to it.
It didn't look like he was ever really concerned about getting to it. In the end, it was about 8 inches off the ground. Not a problem. For an outfielder, I think this is fun when you can kick your feet up and have a little body slide across the outfield grass. looks like fun. Albert Suarez is digging it.
Now the pinch hitter for the pitcher. This is Voit. Luke Voit. V-O-I-T. He had a 4 RBI game the night before last in Milwaukee. And that's in there for a strike.
So you think he's thinking good thoughts then?
He's hot.
So are we.
He just got recalled from the minor leagues on Sunday. Been playing at Memphis when Jed Jerko went on the disabled list. 0-2 the count. We're hot too, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, you know, record-setting day here in the Bay for warm temperatures.
Whole Bay Area is hot. And I guess there's some places a little hotter than others.
I mean, they set records all over the Bay Area.
I heard on the forecast today they said over in Concord tomorrow it's supposed to be 115.
That's too much.
102 in San Jose tomorrow.
That's too much.
Strike 3 called. And Voit is no longer hot, except at the umpire. Last chance for the Giants, last of the night, trailing 5-1. TNT Park, St. Louis Cardinals with a 5-1 lead over the Giants. And the guy who has been the closer for the Cardinals since Trevor Rosenthal went down with an injury, John Brebbia, a former member of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and before that with the New York Yankees. They were the original team to draft him, and he was drafted in the Rule 5 draft at the winter meetings after the 2015 season by the Cardinals.
You could see why the Cardinals feel this guy can close. I mean, the whole league is hitting under 200 against him, and for Brebbia, in 38 2/3 innings, he's only given up 23 hits, and he struck out 32 against 7 walks. So he has climbed right up the ladder, understandably.
So the batting average against him by all comers is 165. Buster Posey leads off against him. That's a strike. Buster in this game has grounded a short, walked, and beaten out an infield single. Strike 2 call. They're putting it right there on the outside edge.
Well, Buster Posey, I don't think is in agreement with the width of the strike, in that he's been catching all night long. He knows what the strike zone is, both as a hitter and as a catcher.
He laid off that hard breaking ball. 2-2. Brandon Crawford is on deck. Giants need 4 runs to stay alive in the game. And another slider misses. Hunter Pence due up 3rd in the inning. 3-2. Left center field. That's still going. And it bounces on the warning track. Buster into second with a double. He hit it right out there where nobody could get to it. Neither the left fielder Pham nor the center fielder Fowler, and both of those are fast guys.
Perfectly placed between the left fielder and the center fielder. I mean, he bisects it right in half. So I think when it left the bat, Buster Posey was thinking it was going to be a hang with him, and it winds up being a 2-baser. Thank you very much, baseball gods, for smiling on me.
So a 2-hit game for Buster. And here is Brandon Crawford, who's doubled, flied out to left, and grounded into a double play. 1 for 3. Buster's 26th double of the year. A ball and a strike. Tomorrow's ball game, Johnny Cueto scheduled to come back from the disabled list, make a start for the Giants. Jack Flaherty, a rookie who will make his major league debut for the Cardinals. That's 7:15 first pitch tomorrow. An Orange Friday here at the ballpark.
Cardinal people are really excited about this start tomorrow from Flaherty. He's really slotted in to be one of the members of the Cardinals rotation next year.
Here's Cueto. We missed him.
I absolutely missed the guy. Style all his own.
That is a foul off the left field line. Right near the Giants bullpen area where Sam Dyson is throwing.
Don't mess with the gamer, babe. I'm telling you right now, you're going to lose. Oh, yeah.
Down the right field line, into the corner. A home run! Brandon Crawford. And he just tucked it in there. A fan reached out to catch it. And the first base umpire, Woodring, signaled home run. And so it is 5-3, and Mike Matheny is going to come out and he wants to talk to the umpires. He's going to be met by Mike Everett, the crew chief, who's umpiring at third.
Well, he's going to want to have this looked at to see if the fan did indeed lean over. That's right on the foul line from that angle. And if it hits the rooftop there, that's a home run. So clearly it had the distance. That's fair ball.
Yeah, that's a much better angle.
That is not going to get overruled. And by the way, nice play.
So just hitting the roof out there, the green tin rooftop, is a home run. Any part of that green tin roof, if the ball hits it, it's a homer. And the question will be, was it going to bounce foul if he hadn't have touched the ball, or would it have bounced right on that yellow line? And that last angle we had, I thought, made it look like it would have at least hit right on the yellow line.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about this one. They'll look at it from as many angles as they can, but that's fair ball. I think if they eventually rule this fair, Brandon Crawford should have the ability to be able to run the bases again. That's fair ball by a bunch.
Didn't even look close there from that angle.
I don't even understand why there's this much time being looking at this. That's a fair ball. That's a home run.
So for Crawford, his 13th homer of the year, and it gives him 66 runs batted in.
They should just ask this guy, was it fair? He'll tell you. About time he gave it up to his date. Seriously, what are we doing here?
Because the rooftop is fair, that is an oddity, because usually that ball would hit the foul pole. But the foul pole is back behind an area that's out of play. Very few ballparks where the foul pole would be that far behind the field of play.
Well, maybe it's the local rule that they're not that sure of, and they're trying to find out. That's the only thing I can think of that would prolong this decision.
The two-run homer by Crawford has made it 5-3. But we are waiting for the official decision from the umpire or umpires at the control center there in New York, in Manhattan.
Seriously, do not get this. And I think they don't know the local rule. So somebody's getting called. Explanation is being given.
Well, if the fan had not caught the ball, it would either landed on the yellow line, or if it had landed to the right of the yellow line, then it would have been a foul ball. And I guess It's the only thing I could figure. They're trying to figure out where would it have landed. But I think we had that one angle where it seemed clear that the guy, his glove was right on top of the yellow line when he caught it. In fact, both angles ultimately, because the glove came down on the ground.
Mike Everett just checked to see, is this thing on? I don't think he can believe it's taken this long. All right, one more look. I mean, this to me is the definitive evidence that says it's a fair ball. It's a fair ball.
There's no question.
I just don't think they know the local rule. If it hits the rooftop, it's a home run.
Now watch right. I mean, he hits the foul pole with his glove. Right on top of the yellow line.
Well, people are booing, and they have every right to.
Well, these guys know the ground rule. Here's the call. Well, they're going to make him go to second.
That's a joke. That is a joke. And look at the look on the Giants' faces. This is an absolute joke. Suppose he's saying it's a home run. If you knew the local rule, you wouldn't say it's a ground rule double. How could they say it's a ground rule double? Giants are irate.
I don't get that, because to me it's either a home run or a foul ball. There was no other. I mean, they're saying that there was fan interference apparently.
Well, Mike Everett's telling Brandon Crawford he's got to go. They just took a home run away from Brandon Crawford, and these folks are being ushered out.
And 2 RBIs because well, Posey can score. He was at second.
That is such a bad call that I can't even believe it. Phil Nevin is talking with Mike Everett saying, you do know the local rule, right?
Well, I think that's a protest.
It's just a horrible call.
So Hunter Pence is up.
I want to hear the explanation that they give.
I mean, it has to be fan interference, right? Because without the fan interference, the only question is, was it a home run or was it foul? Because if it bounced to the right of the foul line, then it's just a foul ball, even though it hit the roof. But they call it the ground rule double, which means that they had to say it was not a ground rule double, it's fan interference.
It's a bad call. They blew it. Every Giant player knows the rule, and apparently they don't in New York.
Well, the umpires here need to tell them they know, or they should know. They're here working the game. Now, Bruce Bochy cannot, once the call is made in New York, nobody here can argue with the play. It's automatic ejection if you go out and argue. Hunter Pence 1 for 3 in the game with a single and a run scored. So 1 run scored. It's 5-2, not 5-3.
Buster has explained the rule to Josh Osich. All the hitters, I mean, everybody in that club knows the rule. We've seen balls hit just the edge, the bullnose of the roof as it overhangs on the brick. It put green on the ball, and it was ruled a home run because it made contact with the tin.
Yadier Molina's older brother Benji hit one, and they ruled it in play. He got a single, and then they went and looked at the video, and they looked at the green paint on the ball.
Horrible call.
Caught by Grichuk, and that is out number 1. So again, just a double for Brandon Crawford and 1 RBI, not a home run. And here comes Matheny. So he's going to bring in the left-hander with a couple of lefties due up. Snow hit a home run here in the postseason of 2000. Watch where this one landed here at AT&T Park. Right on the green roof.
Right on the top of the tin roof. That's a home run. That's a local rule, and apparently the umpiring crew in New York doesn't know it.
And I have to say that the umpires here don't know it. That they're working a game in this ballpark and don't know that rule. Because they have to tell the umpires in New York that that's the rule here. The only thing that has to be checked is, was it a fair ball or a foul ball?
Yeah, and the other part of that rule is you can't argue it as Bruce Bochy. You can't argue it. Why would you have to? If it's a local rule, the top of that tin roof is a home run. And the only way I could even remotely think that it was ruled the way that they ruled is that they don't know the rule. Zach Duke, there you see his numbers.
5-2, the Cardinals lead. Runner at second. Jarrett Parker 1 for 3 in the game. Well, it's a black eye for the game. The umpires are supposed to know the ground rules for each ballpark in which they work. Two and 2 now to Parker. The umpires in New York, in fact, are supposed to be a reference. Sometimes if the umpires here need further information or a ground rule clarification or a rule clarification.
Well,
3 and 2 now.
We do know when this game is over. I mean, there's going to have to be an explanation. And I would have to believe the Giants are not going to accept any explanation that they have because they clearly got the play wrong. You see Larry Baird talking over with Alfie Felder. And they know the rule.
Carpenter, or rather, the new third baseman, Garcia, and he throws out Parker, so 2 down. By the way, we just got word from the Giants Public Relations Office. The supervisor explanation is that after viewing all relevant angles, the replay official definitively determined that the fan interfered with the ball over the field of play. Over the field of play. So they don't know the rule.
They don't know the rule.
Period.
Bad call. Ridiculous.
Giants here in the last of the 9th inning. And Brandon Crawford, the runner at second. There is Seung-Hwan Oh, who was the Cardinal closer until Trevor Rosenthal came back and took over that role. And he really has had a rough year. The Giants with the pinch hitter, Kelby Tomlinson, batting for Ryder Jones.
One more look at a botched decision. This ball would have hit the tin roof, which means it is a home run, clearly fair. They ruled that he reached over into the field of play, which he did not. That rooftop is a home run. The field of play would have been in front of the rooftop. They blew it.
There's Grichuk in right center, and the ball game is over. So the final 5-2, and based on the ground rules of this ballpark, unless they secretly change the ground rules without telling us, which I don't see that happening, should have been at the worst 5-3, but 5-2 is the official final score.
Now you can see the disgust in the face of Brandon Crawford, and I don't blame him. And it winds up just being a little icing on the cake of what has been a frustrating night for the Giants.
And I don't know you can ever say there's an excuse for any umpire not to know the ground rules in the ballpark in which they're working. So for more on tonight's game, tune into Sportsnet Central on NBC Sports Bay Area. Then tune into NBC Sports Bay Area tomorrow at 6 for Giants pregame live for Game 2 of the series. We'll be back with you on September the 16th from Arizona here on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network. For Mike Krukow, Dwayne Kuiper, and Amy G, John Miller saying good night from San Francisco.